Welcome class 9. Today we will discuss with the chapter measurements and experiment. So the first topic from this chapter is unit. So what is unit? Unit is the quantity of a fixed magnitude which is used to measure the magnitudes of other quantities of the same nature. So this is the definition of unit. So basically there are two types of units: fundamental and derived units. So a fundamental unit is the unit which is independent of any other unit. This means that it is not dependent on any other unit. So this unit cannot be changed, and also it cannot be obtained from any other quantity. For example, let's have a look at this table. The unit of length is meter. The unit of mass is kilogram, and the unit of time is second. So these are the fundamental units like length, mass, time. Even electric current, which is ampere, that is the SI unit. Temperature is Kelvin, and amount of substance in chemistry we can learn about it. It is mole, and the luminous intensity is candela. All these are the fundamental quantities, and their SI units are given out here, and their symbols is this. So all these quantities are fundamental quantities, and they are not dependent on any other units. That's why they are independent and thus named as fundamental unit. The next is derived unit. Derived unit is the unit which depend on the fundamental units. So it is dependent on fundamental units. So this is the reason they are called derived unit. And this unit can be expressed in terms of fundamental units. Let's have a look at this table. So here are the base quantity or the fundamental quantities as mentioned earlier: length, mass, time, temperature, electric current. And here are the derived quantities like volume. If you look at the volume, it is meter cube, that is length into length into length. So this is the derived unit or derived quantity which is dependent on the unit of length. Density is mass per unit volume. So it depends on mass and volume again. So its unit is derived from mass and volume, that is length. Okay. Velocity is distance or displacement per second. So here it is meters per second, meter again being the unit of length and second being the unit of time. Force, acceleration similarly becomes the derived quantity. SI system, or also known as System International. This is the international system of units which is accepted globally. Let's look at some of the SI units. So here we can see the SI unit for length is meter, the mass is kilogram, temperature is Kelvin, time is second, amount of substance is mole, and electric current is ampere, luminous intensity is candela, and the symbols are written out here. Units of length. SI unit of length is meter. Now apart from SI unit, there are other units which is used in order to take the measurement of length. For example, some small lengths can be measured by using centimeter, which is the 100th part of meter, or 10 to the power minus 2 meter. The other one is millimeter, and the millimeter is the 1000th part of meter, or 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Even the smaller units is micrometer, and it is represented by mu m, okay, and it is the millionth part, that is 10 to the power minus 6 of meter. And even the smaller one is nanometer, represented as nm, and this is 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Then we have the angstrom. Angstrom, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. The larger units of length is kilometer, which is 10 to the power 3 meter. Even the bigger units for length, to measure length, is astronomical unit, AU, which is equal to 1.496 into 10 to the power 11 meters. Light year, represented as LY, which is equal to 9.46 into 10 to the power 15 meters. And also parsec, which is equal to 3.26 light years. So let's understand what these astronomical units, light year and parsec, means. The astronomical unit is the distance between the sun and the earth. So the distance between the earth and the sun is 1 astronomical unit, or 1 AU. And this is exactly or approximately equal to 1.496 into 10 to the power 11 meters. The next one is the distance the light travels in 1 year is known as light year. So the distance which is traveled by light in 1 year will be equal to 9.5 trillion kilometer, or 9.46 into 10 to the power 15 meters. And lastly, the parsec. The term parsec comes from the two terms par, that is parallax, okay, and sec for second. So here the angle made by the earth from the two different positions across the sun, from here the star can be seen at a certain angle, and from this point the star is seen at a different angle. This difference in angle is known as parallax angle, and this angle maintains a distance from this particular point, and this distance is measured as parsec. So this parsec is approximately equal to 3.26 light years. Next we have units of mass. SI unit of mass is kilogram, or simply kg. The smaller units for measurement of mass is gram, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 kg. Also milligram, mg, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 kg. For measurement of larger masses, we use the units like quintal, that is equal to 100 kg, and also the metric ton, or simply ton, that is equal to 1000 kg, or 10 to the power 3 kg. Units of time. SI unit of time is second. Sorry, here it should be time. And the small units of time are milliseconds, represented as ms, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. Microsecond, represented as mu s, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 seconds, and nanoseconds represented as ns, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 second. For the bigger units of time, minute, hour, day, month, year, decade, century, and a millennium are used. Decade means the time duration for 10 years. Similarly, century means the time duration for 100 years, and millennium represents the time duration of 1000 years. So these are the standard units of length, mass, and time.